down like she full of shit. I had a tick on my
Hey, hi, hello, and howdy. Woo, we're up close. It's me, Mushy, and you're you, and we're here at Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting to work on Ghostface Christmas style. Yeah, sorry. Wow, we're really up close. Hello. Okay. I wanted you guys to be able to see. So, I am going to be doing a little bit of Q&A, folks, because I am kind of, I don't know if you'd call me shy. I don't know, maybe a little introverted. I don't talk about myself very well. God awful in job interviews. If you ask me, like, what are your qualifications, and I can't talk positively about myself. Let's zoom out just a little bit. We're real up close. Hi. But yeah, I am really bad at talking about myself. I am the worst at giving myself any kind of props or talking positively about myself in any way. I don't know what to say, and I'm awkward like that. So, yeah, I thought questions and answers. I did get these questions off of somebody I follow, Crafty Enabler. Did a WIP and Chat a while back with these questions, and I hope that you don't mind that I borrowed them for myself, because I don't know how to find my own questions. So there's that. And I can't come up with my own. I'm not creative enough. It'd be like, herp derp, hi, what is your name? What are you doing? Not at all interesting questions. So anything I'm using will be linked in the description box below. Got myself a firefly tray, some Oh Snap Cafter. Let's try that again. Oh Snap Crafters Cafe. What scent? We got hot, fresh donuts. You know what? You don't want to see my hand. You want to see this. Yes. We got these. I love these glue dots, and I'm kind of hankering donuts, and I don't have any, so I guess I'm just going to have to deal with smelling them. I'm using a firefly tray in the style Inferno Mini. Yes, pretty color. Probably not the smartest idea to put black drills in a dark box tray situation, but we live on the wild side. So this is the infamous Ghostface painting that, if you saw my recent time lapse of my whip of this man, oh, you guys, oh my god, the frustration. Do we have stick? You know, I don't know. What was happening was the cover sheet, the cellophane, was like, when I'd peel it back, little slivers that I wasn't detecting were staying on here, and so when I go put my dots, they just slide around. There'd be no stick because there was this infinitesimal little sliver here and there, and it was just a mess, you guys. I was cursing up a storm. It was bad. So let's hope this goes better. Yeah? Okay. I'm gonna scoot you over. All right, amateur hour at the YouTubes. All right. I guess, disclaimer. Oh, do I need a new glue dot? I need to put a fresh dot in here. But disclaimer. Yeah, I need a new glue dot. You may hear some dude sounds. You may hear, now if you hear like dude sounds that sound like toots, for more better lack of word, that is in fact a dude doing dude things. But no, the mister is home. The dogs are, as always, present, so you may hear tippy-tappy toes, you may hear barks, you may hear rustles and whining, which is like, it's fucking stupid. Oh, it's freaking stupid. Maybe we'll have to blurp that out. Oh, sorry. Here we go. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just like peeling it off into my hand. sealing it back up for freshness. I got carried away sniffing the smell of donuts. I'm going to roll it up kind of like you imagine a kid would roll up a boogie. And that's not really rolling up like I want it to, but that's okay. We're just going to try to slippy dippy do that into the hole and push, 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 push. Boy, we could be talking about a whole different kind of video right here with that description. Sorry, folks. Sorry, not sorry. I don't know. And then I just kind of push it in. We'll see how we do. Okay. Wow, what a rough start. But here we go. We're gonna do a WIP and chat with some Q&A. Okay, I don't like this tray right here. I need it to move. I mean, I like the tray. I don't like this tray right here. I mean, I don't like it in the place that it is existing. Okay, there we go. All right, get to it. Okay, number 1, how many diamond paintings have you completed, or have I completed? Well, I want to know how many you've completed too. So, I mean, it's a relevant question that way. But how many diamond paintings have I completed? Guys, I don't know. I just started tracking my diamond paintings a couple months ago in the GemFlow app. I have not inventoried my completed works in there yet, just my stash. I have not counted, but guess what? Spoiler, I do have some plans for videos relating to this stash and how many is completed and what are they and what they look like, etc. for the new year. I'm thinking like New Year's Eve, I'll show you the past because we'll be moving onward to the future. And then New Year's Day, I will start a stash reveal series. So, little sneak peek there. I guess, I'm going to guesstimate I've done maybe 30 or 40. We'll find out next week. But yeah, I'm going to say maybe 30 or 40 diamond paintings, maybe even more than that. You guys, I haven't kept them all. I've gifted some. Some are in storage, some are, I don't know where. So there's that. But yeah, at least 30 or 40. I'm probably being modest, if I'm being honest. But that's my best guess until next week when we like get down to the nitty gritty of it all. Oh, no, my little blue booger, come back. Oh, it's gonna be one of those days, is it? Yeah. Yep. I'm having a rough couple days, if you couldn't tell from my time-lapse WIP video. It just keeps getting... It just goes from there, you guys. That's like the most mild of it. Oh, Glue Booger went right back in. Thank you, Glue Booger. Blue Dot, I should call it by its real name. I like to make up names. So yeah, question 1, that was it. Question 2, how many diamond paintings do I, oh wow, I typoed curmudgeon, have in my stash? It's probably currently. How many diamond paintings do I currently have in my stash? I have, at last count, I believe we were at 415, give or take, by very few. So I mean, maybe 410, maybe 420. No judgment. Judgment-free zone here, please. For those of you who were like, holy crap, that's excessive. That's more than any one person can do in their entire life. Why do you have so many? So wasteful. Whatever you're thinking. Let me explain myself. First of all, I have 3 diamond painters in the house. So that stash gets divided by 3, for one. You still might think that's excessive. Dandy. Point number 2 is that all 3 of us have disabling chronic illnesses. One of us has psoriatic arthritis and chronic migraines. One of us has, oh, and she's kind of like got not officially brittle bone, but her bones are really weak and she breaks them easily. Like she's broken her foot, I think the same foot 3 times in a year, and pretty much spent the entire year, that might be a trash drill, on her ass on a couch in a cast and crutches and the whole 9. So oh, trash drill. So yeah, lots of free time. And then another one of us has MS and has had 4 back surgeries and is officially disabled and has the time to do them. And then you have me, who I am working on getting declared disabled. I have MS. I have grand total of close to between 33 and 40 tumors in my body. So there are some, the reason why I don't have a definitive count is there are some on my liver that are too small. Some doctors don't even count them. They're there, but they're like, they're so small we don't count them until they get bigger. So yeah, I have a bunch of tumors. I have chronic HS, I have MS, so, and I have a panic disorder. So yeah, I have a lot of free time as well. And not only that, on top of those things, we have a family farm. My daughter also crochets, and so we have some crafts and some farm goods and baked goods and such. So for our little shop in real life that we are currently in the planning stages of, we would like to also have diamond paintings, and Sundown also does custom frames. So yeah, kind of a crafty endeavor, whole family. We enjoy crafting. We keep most of them, but you know, we do plan on having a shop. Might put some of these in there. We have some that were oh, come on, little glue dot. Some that were requested. Excuse me. Goodness. You know, that people want us to do for them. So I've gotten those to add to the stash to complete for family and friends. So lots of reasons why I have a stash. Not that I have to explain myself, but just in case you're one of those people who requires an explanation that I don't have to give, but I choose to give, there it is. Okay, and question number 3. When did I begin diamond painting? I did not even know diamond painting existed until I started in a late 2019, right at the beginning of the great panini, the great toilet paper disappearance shortage. That is when all my medical issues started. Somehow I made it through the panini without ever suffering from that situation. But that's when I had my 2 TIAs, and they started finding tumors popping up all over my body, my liver, my chest, etc. So at the time I was diagnosed terminal, which was at that moment a misdiagnosis, but I didn't know that for a couple months. I was living under the impression that I was terminal, and I went total freak out, panic mode, and developed a panic disorder. And to help calm my mind, a therapist, like an end-of-life grief counselor type person. Okay, listen, glue dot, I need you inside of my pen, and I need you to stay there. This is not a reflection of, oh snap, Crafter Cafe. This is a reflection of me not Smushing it in there good enough. But yeah, it was suggested that I take up a hobby, something that I find soothing and whatnot. And this tickles the buttons, the anxiety buttons, the OCD buttons, the keeping my mind busy. It also helps work on my hand-eye coordination, which is declining with the incline of my medical issues. My coordination and some other things decline. So this helps me, I feel like, exercise my brain, my thinking, my hand-eye coordination, etc. Way more answer than what was required by that question, but there you go. So yeah, I started early 2019, or late 2019, early 2020, around the time of the toilet paper shortage. Okay, number 4. If I could only buy from one diamond painting company for the rest of my life, where and why? Man, that's a doozy. Okay, I don't know that I can commit to one answer of this question. Oh, come on, diamond booger. Glue bugger. Thank you. Okay. The reason I don't really have a definitive answer to this question is because the type of artwork I like to do isn't very popular among the licensed artists and companies who sell their products. Occasionally you can find something that tickles that itch, the horror genre, once in a while, but most of it ends up being, well, arguably in the genre that I like, and if you stretch the imagination, it's just too cute for me, or too cartoony, or too it just doesn't fulfill my wishes. But I like the quality of those companies, and making sure that the products are licensed and the artists are being paid. I am pro that. However, there's also the side where they don't offer what I like to work on a majority of the time. And when they do offer what I might like to work on, it's not really, yeah, the companies come out with Halloween paintings, but it's like happy little cute ghosts and jack-o'-lanterns, and that's fine. That's just not me. So that's what I would prefer. I would wish those companies would sell more of like the stuff we're working on right now. But the fact is they don't. So I buy mostly from AliExpress, Temu, the budget-friendly companies, because they have the images that I want to work on, the art that I want to work on. They aren't afraid to sell X-rated diamond paintings or more gory diamond paintings, and that's what I want to work on. So I can't really answer that question. I mean, there's the shops that I would prefer to shop from for the rest of my life if I had to. But then there's kind of the real answer. Would probably be Temu or AliExpress, if I'm being honest. Just for because of the variety of inventory that they carry versus what is not available in the other mainstream, less budget-friendly businesses. I hope you understood that. I don't know that I understood it, but I hope you did. I got it. Let's see. When diamond painting, what is my go-to media to consume? YouTube. Generally, YouTube. If I'm by myself home, everybody else is out, and I'm with the dogs, and I will watch YouTube. Sometimes I'll hop on like Netflix and catch me a true crime, you know, like interviews with a serial killer, or, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a weirdo. I just like true crime. So there's that. I do like to watch Bailey Sarian, Murder Makeup Mystery Monday. Sha-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na. If any of you are Bailey Sarian fans, you'll recognize that theme song. Love her. Love her stories, love her storytelling, love her makeup artistry. Big fan. But yeah, I watch YouTube or Netflix. I've been watching The Crown. I have just been caught up with moving across the country and life and stuff, and I guess I missed that the second half of the season 9 or whatever the heck it is, the new stuff in The Crown came out, and I just realized that actually yesterday, and so I am now resuming my watching of The Crown. I find it fascinating and interesting. We all know the basic gist of stuff, and I don't know how accurate. I mean, I've heard there's historians that, and you know, royal experts that contribute to the show's intelligence, but I understand it is a drama. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to kind of see the perspective and whatnot. If my family's home and I want to diamond paint, it's while we're binging TV. We just finished Game of Thrones. I diamond painted myself through that, and now we're on House of the Dragon. Watching through that. I diamond painted through the live action Barbie movie with Ryan Gosling. I only did look up at the screen on occasion when there was Ryan Gosling. Because I mean, who's not gonna look at that? But no, I have no interest in that movie really, so I listened-ish, and I'm painted through that. So yeah, that's my media. All right, next page. Question number 6. What is your favorite category of to diamond paint? Horror, 100% horror and horror adjacent. That is my favorite. A close second would be adult explicit. No, I don't. Oh my gosh, throwing murder tweezers at myself. I don't like diamond painting a 310 in a place where like a little glow in the dark is gonna go. All right, there we go. Yeah, horror 100%. Adult explicit is a close second. I mean, I have a lot of skulls. There are some I don't like so much the flaming skulls and the skulls on motorcycles. I don't know. There's a certain type of skull imagery that I like. It's the ones that are hidden within the painting, or a skull built out of florals, skull built out of tree branches, stones, skeletal lovers, that kind of thing. I do like those. That'd probably be the third. I do like disturbing images, and by disturbing I mean like a lot of people get creeped out by eyeballs. Like, you know, diamond paintings that have eyes hidden in them, so when you look at it first and you think it's a flower, but then if you take more than a second to look at it, you realize the center of the flower is actually like a eyeball. You know, just kind of disturbing stuff like that. Or you know, Annabelle is a doll, and of itself shouldn't be disturbing, but she's a creepy doll, you know, so disturbing like that. Things that just make you kind of like cringe a little. And then diamond paintings with personal attachment. I have done a custom diamond painting of my doggy soulmate Jensen after he passed to memorialize him. I have done a diamond painting of the skyline of St. Louis because that is where I met my daughter's father and a chapter of my life began. You know, so there I do have some, you know, lovey-dovey oriented diamond paintings because they have personal meaning to me, and I will do diamond paintings that are, you know, my daughter requests. Like, I think there's a Slytherin one somewhere in the stash that she wants me to do, and Greek mythology. So, where it's not really my jam, obviously it has personal attachment to it, so I'll do it for her. Number 7, what is the artist I've completed the most diamond paintings from? Honestly, none. A variety. There's not one artist that I have just, you know, bought their entire inventory, or multiples of, you know, a multiplicity of their inventory and just sat and focused on them. So, none. Unfortunately, most of what I get is free use stock images. So, yeah. What is the artist that I own the most diamond paintings from? I think Christopher Lavelle. I think so. That's just from kind of perusing my Diamond Art Club section of my stash. That is the name that jumped out the most at me. So that's the name I'm going with. I also own quite a few, I'm going to say this wrong, Enos Guerrero. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name. I'm really bad with names. Those two artists, you know, of all the artists that I have a selection from, I have a multiplicity of those two artists. More so than anyone else. Number 9, what is my go-to wax? I showed it at the beginning of the video. Oh Snap Crafters Cafe glue dots. I do really like these glue dots. I like the scent. I like the longevity. I like the stick. Now, I'm having a little issue today with the glue, or not the glue dots, but the glue coming out of the pen. And listen, it is not Oh Snap Crafter Cafe's product fault. It's partially this diamond painting. The glue, the stick on this is darn near non-existent. It's just not very strong adhesive, so when I go to put the dot down, you know, it doesn't want to stick very good. If you're watching, I kind of dab my pen here. Oh, you can't see there, or off on the masking tape over here, maybe even my background, just to kind of de-stickify it a little bit and make it easier to release the drills. But really the issue is this canvas. It is maddening. The whole series has been kind of like this. The glue has been weak in some spots, freaking mega strong in other spots, and non-existent in some other spots. And every painting has had a little bit of, in this group, has had that issue. The plastic cellophane wrap cover thing is sticking to it like it's like this was supposed to be super glue or something. And I think that maybe it's de-stickifying it when I'm peeling up my sections. I don't really know. I'm not a diamond painting, creating, manufacturing professional. All I know is sticky some places, not sticky other places. Slivers of the cover are coming off, and yeah, not the glue. But yeah, I have a bunch of Oh Snap dots from Oh Snap Crafters Cafe. Shop on Etsy. Go check them out. Really like them. Good sense too. Let's see. Number 10. What do you do with finished diamond paintings? Well, some of them we hang. We frame and hang. Like I mentioned, Sundown does custom. He does custom work, woodwork. On stuff like he makes custom car audio stuff. and does car audio installations and whatnot. And then some of that he has to make like housing and mounts, and I don't know the technical jargon, but he is capable of making homemade frames, even those with like lighting inserts, backlighting and front lighting, and I don't know, crazy good at that. I just don't retain the technical knowledge for it. So we hang some. We have quite a few in our house, and some that are waiting to be hung, and that will get hung once I do them. So that's the primary thing. We do gift them to friends, family. Sometimes friends or family will request a diamond painting of a certain exact diamond painting, or they'll like, hey, I like, like Fluffy. Liked Jack Skellington and asked if I could find a Jack Skellington and do one of those. So I did. My daughter's grandmother likes hummingbirds. I bought a hummingbird to do for her. Don't particularly have an affinity for bugs or birds or anything like that, but I will do that one for her. And then we do plan on hopefully selling some. Pardon me for a moment. We do hope to sell some at our own little farmer's shop, art and craft shows, etc. And a lot of them live in my portfolio. The ones that I don't want to gift or sell or hang go in my portfolio to look at, like a picture book if we have guests over and they're waiting for the coffee to brew or dinner to finish, whatever. They can flip through and look at diamond paintings. Do I like to open my kids? Oh, I typoed. Do I like to open my kids right away or leave them sealed? Well, I'm going to assume that meant kits and not kids, because I don't open any children. Okay. There is no harming of children, no opening of children in this household. I do like to open my kits right away. I do like to make sure that the rendering is what I expect it to be and want it to be. I like to make sure that the drills are there, every one that I'm going to need. I like to look at the image in person, which, sometimes they'll show the gridded, canvas online, when you're ordering and stuff, but it's different to see it in person. I like to look at it in person, and I can't wait. I do package them back up the way I found them, though, unless they're really large, and then I have to store my beads elsewhere and just roll the canvas up. But, yeah, open them right away. Take a peeky poo, drool on them, lovingly caress them, and then put them back until the random the random wheel of fate, that's what I was trying to say, decides when I get to do them and see them again. Or I just can't take it anymore and I override the wheel of fate. That is the sound of coffee, my friends, coming to me. I am excited. I like coffee. 12. What is my #1 unicorn kit that I don't own, but I hope to own it someday? The Promise of Unity by Enamorte. Did I say that right? I would really, 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 really like to have that one. Lady, I put Laffy. I am the worst typist. Apparently typos are not my friend. Lady of the Lake by Ines Guerrero. I would really like that one as well. That one is kind of dark, you look at it and you think it's a beautiful woman, young woman, but if you really look at it, this girl is dead in a lake, you guys. Yes, she is. So it's creepy. I like it. It's on point, as is most of that artist's stuff. So, yep, those are the two that are kind of my unicorn that I must have eventually I will get them. Number 13. What is the kit in my stash that I'm most forward to looking most for? Can I try that again? What is the kit in my stash that I am most forward to working on? I missed a word in there. That's where I'm having a problem. Looking forward to working on. I don't really have one. There's too many. I'm looking forward to all of them, really. I think if I had to choose one, there's one that Sundown got me a while back. It's got multiple killers in it. It's kind of like, I'm looking forward to that one. And I'm also very looking forward to, I found a diamond painting of some of the horror icons. And it's kind of like a sepia kind of tinged. Looks like an old family photo. Hold on. Okay, Sundown, go ahead. I know you want to.
Take a look at that.
Yes, he says, take a look at that. If you've seen the B-roll, there's that. That's really up close and personal. That is my coffee with some peppermint chocolate, mocha, I don't know, whipped cream on top.
That one is a mocha.
Mocha. But yeah, I found it looks like an old family photo, aged, and it has some of the iconic movie horror killers in it. I really am looking forward to that one as well. So if I had to pick two, if I could pick three, the third one would be one of the adult explicit. I am really excited to get some adult art on the wall and seeing how some of those turn out in diamond painting form. So yeah, I think the human body is beautiful, and I think, you know, intimacy is a beautiful thing, and so I will artify it and put it on the wall. 14. Do I prefer confetti, color blocking, or a mix of both? It kind of really depends. It depends. If I'm working with a ruler, color blocking. Well, I mean, even if I'm working without a ruler, I prefer color blocking too, because then I multi-place. I guess color blocking wins. If I'm going ruler free, the confettis, I like confetti too. I like them both. I guess color blocking is my favorite, regardless of whether I'm using a ruler or not. I need a clip on this side of the painting because it is pulling up. This must be the side with all the glue that, you know, over here was missing. Sorry, coffee break. 15. How do I pick which piece I work on next? Currently, I pick from a random number generator. Her name is Shmersmexa. I can't say her real name. You'll have to try to guess. It rhymes with Shmersmexa. But if I say her name, then she's going to get all active and sassy and try to get me to, like, order stuff and watch stuff and listen to stuff. So we're not going to say her name. But if you know, you know. I have her pick between, like, whatever number my stash is at. So, like, right now, say it's 420. I'll just be like, hey, Shmersmexa, pick a random number between 1 and 100, or 420. And she will select, and I will obey. It's currently how I'm doing it. However, if you check my community tab, there is a poll. It's only open for a week. It's been up a couple days, so hopefully by the time you watch this, if you've made it this far in the video and you're watching this, you can participate in the poll on how should I pick diamond paintings moving forward in the new year. You know, how would you like to see me pick diamond paintings that I work on? There's a couple options there. I can continue doing what I'm doing and just have her pick from my entire stash randomly, or I can go pre-select like 10 of them and then have her pick from those 10 which one I do. I can show you guys like maybe 5 and have you vote in a poll which one I do next and that you want to see, or I can just, you know, what do I feel like doing today? Here it is, and go get it and do what I feel like doing. My personal preference, and I don't want to, no, I actually don't want to say what my personal preference is because I don't want to influence anyone who may vote still. But yeah, please go check out the poll in my community tab. Help a girl out. Tell me what you want to see, how you want to see it. I'm flexible, you know, as long as I get to diamond paint, I'm flexible. Now, if there is some randomness to the selection process moving forward, and it picks like a baby kitten. I have some of the things like that in my stash because Sundown is a fledgling diamond painter and learning to diamond paint, and I thought little 8x8s would be cool for him to work on. So yeah, I did get a pack of 8x8s, and you can't find horror in those very often, so they're cutesy. Those I veto. If that gets picked, it gets unpicked, and I don't care who gets mad. I don't care what Schmerschmexa picked. If that's one of them that gets picked, it gets booted. Let's see, what is the next thing? Sorry for listening to me slurp my coffee. I'll try to mute it out. But I like coffee and I'm thirsty and I need caffeine to survive. True story. You might not agree with that assertion. I do not care. Oh, how about I open, guys? I just did a stupid. I didn't open the wall, the great divider. Okay, we are done with 310 for a little bit. So I'm gonna get out the little one. Let me pick a color and we'll move on to the next question. Right here. So where we're gonna go, it's where there could still be some of the plastic crap still there. These might not stick. You guys might get to witness another descent into madness. Oh, it's stuck. Okay, I must have got it. Yay, that one's kind of, I don't know. Oh, I just threw a bead. Okay, well, that's fine. R. There's an R. Oh, questions, yeah. 16. What is my favorite season, holiday to diamond paint from? Well, I mean, in theory, Halloween, I guess, would be the most appropriate answer because that's when all the diamond paintings become more available of the dark and creepy stuff that I like. And so it's easier for me to find and get diamond paintings that I enjoy aesthetically. It's harder the rest of the year to get my hands on that stuff. But really, I like Christmas. I like winter. Christmas and winter is my favorite season in general. So if I can combine horror and Christmas and or winter, I absolutely will, and that is my favorite. And that's kind of why we're doing this series now. This Ghostface in a... Oh, come on. What is with me and the stoppers today? Stop it. That's why we're doing like Ghostface with a Christmas wreath and nutcrackers. And we did Michael and Jason and Freddy because it combines my favorite time of year, my favorite holiday season, and my favorite genre. It's not very often you can combine, horror with, more subdued, Halloween, fall, winter. Well, Halloween, yeah, but fall, winter, Christmas. If I can find some really interesting, cute, and kind of like oddly paired horror and Valentine's, I'm going to be all there. I'm going to be all about it. We're going to do that. I want to kind of, let me pick another letter because apparently there wasn't too many R's. Oh, I missed one. I want to kind of change my answer, actually. After taking a moment to reflect, I realized that Halloween probably, for the availability of images, is my favorite, but fall and winter, yes. Valentine's Day is probably going to be my favorite because you can get all kinds of dark, creepy, disturbing images that go well with love and the lovey-dovey season, Valentine's Day. So, yeah, winter and Valentine's Day, Christmas. Those are my answers. 17. Do I work on one kit at a time or multiple WIPs? Right now, I'm working on trying to find a letter to do. P. There's not too many P. Let's go with H. It's jumping out at me. H. I used to just have one. I couldn't handle dividing my attention between more than just one. But since starting filming YouTube videos, I do have 2 WIPs. I have one in the living room. Currently, I'm working on the Jason version of this painting, Christmas Jason. I did work on Christmas Michael at the same time I was working on Christmas Ghostface. And I also did Christmas Freddy at the same time. So I do have 2. I have one that I do with you guys as my WIP project to do with you. I only really work on it with you. If it's not in a WIP and chat like this, or spoiler, also coming in the future, some live WIP and chats, live streaming of diamond painting. Coming soon to YouTube in 2024. A channel near you. I do have a project that I work. I just can't. I don't want to back and forth, and I want to do this one with you guys, and you guys be able to see it come together from start to finish. So I save this one for when I'm filming WIP and chats, and I do, there I go again, time lapse. So if I don't do this like with you talking to you, I will at least film it and time lapse it for you to see later if you'd like. So you don't miss out on any of the progress, any of the steps. I don't want you to come in for one WIP and chat and see like the beginning, and then, you know, I come in for a second WIP and chat and it's 90% done. I want you to be able to see the whole thing if you want. So, yes, used to only be one, but I do need something for in the living room. I do spend a lot of, let me get this open. I do spend a lot of time in the living room. We have dogs that are still pretty young and need pretty regular supervision and stuff. So when I am home with them and I don't have anything else to do, I sit out there and I watch YouTube and TV and work on my diamond painting if I'm not playing with them. And while we're watching movies in the evening after dinner with the fam, if we're not streaming and we're watching TV, and I will diamond paint then too. Neutral, dark, or colorful pieces. What is my preference? This letter K, right? Yeah. Okay. Dark. I do prefer the darker, more muted stuff. My daughter says I am allergic to color or afraid of color. That might be true. I like more neutral, but darker neutrals, like burnt orange or dark brown, you know, colors like that. I'm not a rainbow, you know, pastel, neon color lover. Like these, you know, there is some color in here, so I do like color, but they're more muted, like it's more a deeper red, a darker red. There's some darker browns. I think I got some goo on here. I want to take off. There we go. Yeah, like there's some cream and some peach, some brown. You know, I am a big fan of brown and burnt orange and mahogany, cherry wood type of colors. Espresso. Oh, yep, dark neutrals. Really don't like a lot of color. Bright in your face color. What about you guys? Do you prefer like the bright rainbow color, you know, like unicorns or rainbows, or, you know, vivid bright colors? I mean, that stuff's cool too. It's just not, everybody has their own likes and dislikes. Doesn't make anybody right or wrong. I enjoy looking at colorful stuff too. I just wouldn't enjoy staring at it for hours, but there are people that wouldn't enjoy staring at these colors for hours either. Nothing wrong with that. I understand it. Number 19, large pieces or small size pieces. Like I'm assuming, what am I on? Oh, I thought I was doing P. I hope I didn't mess up. It depends on your definition of large or small diamond paintings. I mean, this one I'm working on now, some people I've heard refer to this size 30 by 40 as snack size. You know, so to them, this is a small one. To me, this is an average. You know, I wouldn't consider this. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if you look at the available sizes of diamond paintings, this is small. I get it. But, I mean, just if average, standard, and to me, this is mid-range. I'm sure that will change when I get to some bigger. I have some much larger diamond paintings that they'll probably dwarf this one. And then I'll be like, you idiot, that was a snack size and you know it. But until then, this is average. You know, so it really depends on your definition, but I would like to work on some larger ones. It's just not practical for me at this time for various reasons, but I will be working on them in the new year. Some much larger ones. Oh, the D's and O's in here are too similar. It's frustrating. But 30s and 40s are the most common. 30s and 40s. 30 by 40s are the most common that I work on right now. They're a decent size without being, they're not too big, they're not too small for me. Let's see. I just need to get P out of the way. I keep trying to put stuff in the P spot, so well, that sounded dirty. Ignore that. I hope that made you snicker, because it kind of did me internally. I'll keep trying to put stuff in the P spot. Let's see, number 20. Place with tweezers or a pen. Pen. I mean, was that even a question? Pen. I will bust out the tweezers if I need to move something. I've never even really, maybe that's a challenge I'll do one day when I'm in a particularly good mood and I have like a longer frustration wick that take a while to get me burnt down to the anger point. Maybe I'll do a small section only using tweezers. But that's going to have to take a really special day where I have a lot of positive vibes and patience. Because I can imagine that is a nightmare. I do adjust and fix, remove when needed, or affix into place. Push down, you know, like when I lift my ruler, if some drills pop up with it, I will use tweezers to poke them back down and to submission. But just using that as my placement tool, nope, F you. Not happening, nope. Anybody out there do that though? If you do you enjoy it? Like, do you voluntarily do that? And like, okay, follow-up question. If you voluntarily do that, do you like it? And why? How? And then follow-up question. Oh, I missed a P. I need to get it before I lose it. If you do it and you like it, and so what does it do to your sanity? Like, how do you remain calm and when dealing with like tweezers and like too much pressure and one goes flinging off into the stratosphere, you know, and lost to the abyss? Like, do you go hunt that diamond bead down? Do you just let it live in the carpet or wherever it landed and let it have its best life? Or have you hit yourself in the face? I had some tweezers out and I was trying to make some alterations to a diamond painting where I did not like, letter D, here we go. I did not like it was like there was a pixel out. There was like a big area of all 310, and then there was like a white bead just in the middle for no reason. It made no sense, looked dumb. And I wanted to pluck it off and replace it with a 310, so it was all uniform and pleased my eye. And so I went to pick it off, and like it too much pressure on the tweezers or whatever, and it flung the bead and somehow circumvented my glasses and pecked me in the eye. How? I don't know how it happened, but I have to imagine if you placed drills with tweezers, you know, consistently like that, you have had many of occasions like that where you got it. I had one fly in my mouth once. Like, it just like got a mind of its own and poing right into my mouth. I had one stuck to my lip and didn't know it. I vape, and I did have one in my vaporizer and didn't. Somehow it landed in my vaporizer and I didn't know it. So like, how do you deal with that? If you're a tweezer user, I know that happens to you a lot. So how? And do you just laugh? I've seen pictures online of people like went to take a shower and, you know, found this diamond painting, and it's like in their cleavage or their upper thigh, or, you know, embedded into their booty cheek. The places these beads end up, you guys, it's crazy. Okay, funny story time. This might be a little TMI for some of you, and I apologize if it is, but you know, I don't have a very good censor / filter, so you can fast forward if you don't want to hear it. But A, B, C, D. Okay, so story time. Sundown had to go to the hospital for a procedure. I will not name the procedure, but it was a procedure in which he had to disrobe and go get knocked out and come back disrobed. And of course, so because he was under anesthesia, when he woke up, he was crazy out of it, right? Couldn't even dress himself, but they were like rushing us out of there. They were like, procedure done now. His eyes are open and he is breathing, so like you need to get him dressed and get him out. And I'm like, wait, me? I have to get him dressed? Like he can't dress himself. Like I need to do this? And they're like, yeah, we need the room. You know, you guys are done. He's stable. Get out. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I had to help him get dressed. And so here I got this hot nude dude in a room with me, and I need to dress him. And so, you know, of course, we start with the undergarments, right? And so I move the blanket. Yeah, there he is in all his birthday suit glory. And I noticed on a how do I put this? I noticed on his family jewels there was this little black, kind of shiny black circle. And it was not, you know, organic. It was not like part of his body. It was I don't know, looked a lot like one of these. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh no. If he ever finds out that like my hobby led to a diamond drill being embedded on his family jewel sack, I am toast. Like, I was like, oh my God, he's out of it right now, so he won't know. If I just, like, he won't remember or realize, like, what I'm doing. I can, right now, I have the opportunity, you guys, to, like, remove the evidence before he, you know, becomes cognizant of it. So I'm, like, all sneaky, and I'm like, you know, bow chicka wow wow, but really, no, there was no bow chicka or wow wow. It was a stealth mission for me to remove this diamond from the jewel sack, right? But then, fun fact, okay, so I got it. I got the bead, and I start to pull on it, and this bead was so embedded in his skin that like it didn't want to let go. It was like it was dug in there, attached. So I'm like, I don't, what do I do now? Like, I can't leave this here. And now he's becoming aware. And I'm like, oh no. So I'm calling nurse and I'm like, nurse, I need some tweezers. Like I found this crafting bead on his jewels, and I need to get this off of him before we go home. And I don't have anything here but my fingernails, and that ain't working. I pull on it and it doesn't want to come loose. It's like really in there, like stuck on there. And so she goes and gets me some tweezers, and I'm like, okay, and I'm like, don't worry about it. Nothing to see here. Don't worry about what I'm doing. He's still out of it, right? So like he's still in the twilight, and I'm like getting away with it, right? And so I'm like, hey, nothing to see here. Don't worry. Grab the tweezers, and I get this little bead, and I'm like, oh, you're so handsome. This is so great. Oh, nothing to worry about here, honey. And I grab it and I pull, and I, skin is stretching with it. And I'm like, oh my God, what kind of bead sorcery is this? How long has this been here? Like, what the heck is going on? And I finally get it. And he's like, ow. And then there's like this little dot of blood. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a killer diamond drill. So to recap, he's out of it, but I see it. And I'm trying to get rid of the evidence. I think that it's a little black diamond drill, a 310, that somehow weaseled its way into his drawers, and the doctors missed it during the procedures and stuff and an exam and whatever. And like, I think that I have somehow gotten a little 310 embedded in his vital bits, and I'm trying to dispose of the evidence before he becomes self-aware enough. And I'm getting like the nurse to help me and all this stuff, and like, only to get a hold of it and finally yank it, unembed it, and yank it off of the sensitive skin giblets. And there's a drop of blood. And I'm like, oh, I have murder drills. Like, screw murder tweezers. These are murder drills. Like, they have teeth on the bottom or something. I don't know. Well, I got my phone out and the flashlight, and I'm like, this is like, what kind of drills are these? Like, I have to look at this. So I get my camera out. So I take a picture of the drill and I zoom in. And if we're being honest, I took a picture of the site, the crime scene also, to zoom in, not because I'm a perv and taking advantage of somebody who's in their twilight, anesthesia thing, but I just wanted to make sure like there's no real injury. I want to have a close-up picture if a doctor needed to look, and like, how did this acrylic drill or resin drill hurt him? But no, I take a picture of this drill and I zoom in. You guys, both relief and dread and, I don't know, humor filled me, because I zoom in on this 310 bead that I plucked off his family jewel sack and that made him bleed, and I found out it was a teeny tiny tick. We live out in the country, so like, it's not shocking, right? We live out in the sticks in Arkansas, so like, we were getting inundated with ticks. But at the time of year, the ticks were pretty much had moved out and stuff. So, and when he undressed to get in his fashionable, little gown for the procedure and get knocked out and stuff, no tick was present. I am 100% confident. I can 100% say, without a shadow of a doubt, no tick was present at the time of his undressing. But he came out of the procedure with a tick there, and it was drinking. So I was relieved because, oh, thank God. Now, when I explain to him, when he gets, his bearings and stuff and whatnot, I can explain to him, and I can leave out the part that I thought it was a drill. I can leave out the part. I don't have to confess to this man that I left a diamond painting drill to somehow, affixed to his junk. But so not my fault, not my problem. It was not me. But so I was like really relieved, but at the same time skeeved out, because you go into a medical facility and it's supposed to be a sterile environment. He was knocked out. He was having a procedure done, and then he goes in clean and comes out with a tick on his jewels. So that was kind of the downside to that. But man, I thought I had grievously injured this man with a 310 bead. It turned out it was just a really shiny little black tick that, I don't know, had somehow hitched a ride during the procedure. Oh, the relief, you guys, though. I think he was amused-ish. He has a good sense of humor, but just the fact that I could have even, that it was possible, that I was under the assertion that this was a drill attached to him in such a delicate area, just was funny to me. I don't know that it was so funny to him, because we've all found him in weird places, and the truth is, like, it could happen. That very well could have been a bead. I just think, I don't know. I got an I win button that day. I got out of trouble that day. I might not be so lucky next time. I don't know how I digressed on this, but there you go. There's my little story. And now I'm going to be laughing about it all day because I guess because, I probably wouldn't find it so funny if, like, the roles were reversed. And I was going in for a procedure and, like, one of his projects, if he, one of his 310s appeared to be adhered to, my undercarriage. It wouldn't be as funny. Okay, sorry. I kind of lost it there. Let me just have a cup of coffee, a sip of coffee, and collect myself. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
So you should have left that open.
I'm sorry they missed your reaction.
You unlocked it. I'll tell him. Like, she full of shit. I had a tick on my dick. Think I won't. I don't care. They can't see me.
I just thought it was a funny story.
Yeah, unlock it. Mm-hmm.
No.
There's a pause in the broadcast.
There's a pause in the broadcast. There's a disturbance in the fort.
I'm going to tell him.
Don't what?
I'm going to tell him.
Go ahead.
All right. To the side note of her story, that was not a bead that was on me. I had to go in for a medical procedure. I come out, didn't have it when I went in there, but I had a tick on my dick. Basically nutsack, which is bullshit. And she's trying to ninja gain that shit. And I think I gained like 4 inches because she tugged hard. But it's gone.
Please go away.
That's the truth.
I told the truth. I said in the end we discovered the whole time I thought it was a 310 bead, and in the end it came off a tick.
I like my story better.
Ew. No, I'm sorry, folks. There's Sundown for you. He heard me telling the story and wanted to put his 2 cents in. Oh, okay. I'm recovered. I hope you laughed with me, because, like, my face hurts. I think my head hurts a little bit now. I laughed so hard. My stomach hurts. Where were we, guys? I'm working on letter G. Okay. Tweezers and all that came from the question, would I rather place with tweezers or a pen? Okay. Oh, we're almost done, you guys. Okay. Square around, which is my favorite. I like both. They both tickle different parts of my brain. I primarily do round because they're the easiest to get a hold of and they're the most budget friendly. And that's the style that most of the imagery that I like comes in, unfortunately. I would prefer to do more squares. I do have a bunch of squares. We will do squares together, you guys, I promise. It just so happens that what I want to work on right now was only available, to my knowledge, to me in rounds. Nothing wrong with rounds. I like them. But I prefer to do... I want to do a square again. It's been a long time. Oh no. Okay. My face hurts, you guys. Okay. What is my favorite method for placing A-B drills? I don't know. I guess a pin. I have not had much experience with A-B drills, so... and it's been so long that I don't really remember any particular notations in my brain about it. So, to be determined, I guess. I'm gonna say pen, but, yeah, when we get to that point, that might be a different story. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Goodness. Number 23. We're almost done. There's 26. Except for, maybe. There might be 26. I'll tell you why when we get there. 23. What is my favorite method of sectioning diamond paintings? I need an E. My favorite method, as you can probably see here, if you didn't get to see an earlier video, bear with me. We're moving. We're moving. Washi tape. Yep, I like to do washi tape sectioning. I do have these. I do have these little vinyl sectioners here. I'll take one out. It's a color brimstone. I tried them once. Didn't get along with them too well, but I do want to give them another fair shot. This is a medium size, 2" by 3". And they would go on here, and you'd cut around them, peel them up. They're reusable. We'll try these again soon in the future. But right now, I like to section in washi tape. That's a hard jar to get open. I'm intrigued by vinyl. I do occasionally use cover sheets. In fact, I'm eyeballing. There's a shop on Etsy that has some movie horror icon cover sheets that I am eyeballing. I just need to get through Christmas, you guys. We got family and kids and each other and dinners and all kinds of stuff. Got some doctor's appointments that we have to travel for, which requires buku bucks. So I'm just trying to get through the holiday season first, and then I will make my purchase. So in the near future, you will, in the next couple months, you will see me probably converting to horror icon cover sheets, at least for some of my projects. So, I do like masking tape colored to border. I've seen people use washi. I don't understand their magic juju. I can't get washi to stick to the borders of my diamond paintings for nothing. So how they do it, some super sneaky, secret magic juju that I don't possess. So I use masking tape. 24. Do I have any other crafty hobbies aside from diamond painting? Nope. I am not a crafty person. I do not have the imagination. I have the patience when it comes to crafting stuff because of the touch of OCD, like I color code, I plan. I don't know if you can count those as crafting. Like when I do a date book, I color code it. I live my life by lists and plans and color coding and organizing. I like that stuff, but that's not really a craft. I tried coloring. I'm not creative enough to pick colors and make them look good and work, and I don't know. there's a lot of crafts that I would really like to do and like to be good at that I just realize that I'm not. This takes the thinking out of it. If I want to bling it up and change, you know, ow. Some of these containers are kind of hard. They need broken in. There we go. And yeah, some things I would like to do, I just don't. If I have to pick my own color, if I have to come up with my own, from my imagination, pluck my own image, I'm not creative enough to create on my own. If I can have someone else's artistic input as a guideline, then like this, I'm good. But yeah, I'm not a crafty person. What side of the brain is that? Isn't that like left side is crafty and musicy and stuff, and right side is logic-y and book smarts and non-imaginative? I don't remember which side controls which, but I'm that side. I'm the side that does not create on their own. I can barely imagine a stick man and draw it. So, other hobbies. I do, though, however, have other hobbies. I game. Come check me out on Twitch at Mushmallow79. Hang out with me. Sometimes I play 7 Days to Die. It's like my all-time favorite game, though I haven't got to play it much lately. I would play Dead by Daylight. Sorry, got distracted there. Yeah, I like to play video games. I like to play that new Mario Wonder. I'm itching to get back on that. I like RPGs, MMORPGs. Like I said, 7 Days to Die, survival horror games. I like those. I also do like to read. My daughter is a published author. So she's a reader too and a writer. I like paranormal, I guess paranormal romance maybe? Teenage, it's kind of like the teenage, young adult, not teenage, young adult, whatever, the young adult paranormal stuff. Did I read Twilights and enjoy, watch the movies and enjoy them? That is a trash bead, but I'm too lazy to take it off. Yes, I liked that. I liked the Harry Potters, arguably children's books, but, who says an adult can't read them and like them? I liked reading a lot more before law school, but there's so much reading in law school that it makes you never want to read again when you're done. So that happened. I don't read as much as I used to. And organizing. Oh, organizing is another hobby of mine. I like to organize. I like to make shopping lists and weekly menus and, schedules and stuff, even when it's not really necessary. I have a hard time living off plan, if that makes sense. It just drives me insane. I want to know what I'm supposed to be doing in advance every minute of every day. It's just how I function best. So I consider that an obsession or a hobby. I like to think of it as a hobby. And then, you guys, we have, I think that was it. There's one more. Show my first ever diamond painting. I honestly, for being real, I don't remember what my first ever diamond painting even was. I know, it's sad. I was going through a lot at the time and that I started, and I don't know what it was. It might have been Jensen, my fur baby soulmate memorial diamond painting. That might have been the first one, but I can't remember for sure. And I'm supposed to show a picture of it. I will do my best to remember to put an image here of one of my earliest diamond paintings, if that will suffice. I can't promise you it was my first, but it'll be one from long, long ago and far away. And you guys will get to see my older stuff and my newer stuff in the next couple weeks with the new year and stuff. I've got some videos planned that will show you my current finished stash and my stash of paintings waiting to be done. I'll start a series with that. A lot of them are on my walls, so I'm gonna go collect pictures of them for you to see. A lot of them are in a portfolio waiting to have frames customized for them. But yeah, and that was all the questions, you guys. I would love to hear, you know, you guys' answers to any of the questions, anything you feel comfortable sharing in the comments. Please do. I mean, I do these videos because I want to meet people and share with people, and I want to get to know you guys. This isn't the mushy show. This is just diamond painting, and if you were here, I'd be actively conversating with you if you were here in the room with me. So, but since you're not, the comments is the next best thing, right? Come hang out with me in the comments and tell me a little bit about you. Answer some of my questions, like some of the questions that I did. Do you like square drills or round drill paintings? What are some of your other hobbies? I'm really curious. I know a lot of, oh my gosh, a lot of diamond painters also color. I've been seeing that a lot. Oh, I wish I could have the creativity to do that, but even choosing a color and choosing like pencils, pens, watercolor, you know, my medium, I guess. I can't. I'm incapable. It would be like, just to color one picture, I would spend an hour trying to debate on what medium to use, and then happen to pick what shade of what color. You guys, there would never be anything done. And if I messed up anywhere on there, even a little bit, I would scrap the whole thing. So, yeah, that would be a disastrous. I did have an adult coloring book of cuss words, you know, when I first started all this. That's what I started with. And then when I was looking for other coloring books, I found diamond painting. And I was like, let me try that. But it did start with attempting to color. Just wasn't very good at it, and I got more frustrated at my own inadequacy with coloring than I did enjoy it. So that's how we ended up here with diamond painting. All right, you guys, that is it. Let me zoom you out a little bit and get a better view of like what we've gotten done. What do you think? He's coming along. We're about halfway. TikTok, time is running out, right? There we go. You can see time is running out, but we'll get them done. Jason too. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you again. Have a naughty day or night or weekend. Hey, have a naughty anytime, every time, all the time. Bye.